Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana, and as you can already tell from the title, today we're going to be starting a brand new Sims 4 Let's Play, which I am really excited about. But before we get into it, let me just extend my heartfelt apologies for basically dropping off the face of the earth. Losing all of my saves really sucked, and I lost all motivation to play, but I do have those Sims saved to my gallery and all their lots as well, so hopefully we'll see some of them again in the future. But yeah, all of their saves just randomly got deleted. Anywho, so yeah, that's where I've been. I have been working behind the scenes on a new save file, but I really miss creating content for the game and I was itching to get back into it. So I started kind of thinking about the best way to dive back in, and I decided I just wanted to play the game. I don't want to be tied to the rules of any challenge, and I didn't really feel like creating anything super elaborate. I just want to play pretty much how I do when y'all aren't watching me. And that thought led me back to the sim I created for the Love Struck LP that never happened. She was going to be working in the fashion designer custom career while dating in San Myshuno, so that's pretty much exactly what we're going to be doing. I'll get into the plans for this series in just a second, but first I want to introduce you to our sim. This is Elliott Ventura. She does go by Elle. She's a young adult and her traits are lovebug, materialistic, and ambitious. Elle is originally from Brindleton Bay, where she was born to two immigrant parents who relocated from Ciudad Enamorada before she was born. She has three siblings, an older sister, a twin brother, and a baby brother. Her family is super close, and they still all try to get together at least once a month for dinner or just to hang out. She enjoys cooking and baking, both interests that she inherited from her parents who own their own restaurant in the Bay. She also loves all things health, wellness, and self-care, as well as painting, photography, and of course fashion. Elle has a distinguished degree in fine arts from the University of Rochester with honors, and she recently moved to San Myshuno to start her career in fashion. Right now she has two jobs. She's an intern at Luxe Fashion House, and she also works as a freelance fashion photographer to help pay the bills. She did have to take out a sizable loan to help pay for her new apartment, so she can use all the extra simoleons she can get her hands on right now. So while she may be struggling a little bit today, her ultimate goal is to save up enough simoleons to own her own boutique right here in the city. So that's her career goal, and right now our girl is extremely busy with her two jobs. But as far as her personal life is concerned, Elle is absolutely ready to be in love. Growing up and experiencing how her parents love and support one another has set a really high bar for what she feels she deserves in a romantic partner. She's not exactly sure what she's looking for, but she's confident she'll know it when she sees it. So her plan is to just go on some dates with different Sims, allowing herself to be open to the possibility that the love of her life may not appear exactly as he does in her dreams. She's not exactly rushing it, but she is ready to make space in her life for the right Sim. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll be going out a bunch, meeting some potential mates, and potentially using Cupid's Corner. And we'll be focusing also on travel for this series. Elle's job as a freelance fashion photographer does allow her to complete photo shoots pretty much anywhere. And one of my goals for her for the series is to obtain the frequent traveler lifestyle. I have a lot of ideas for the series and I'm really excited to see where it can go. So I'm hoping you all become just as invested in Elle's story as I already am. My main goal is to create sort of a casual legacy that begins with Elle, which pretty much means marriage and babies, and that's hopefully going to happen sooner rather than later because, as y'all know, I am a family gameplay simmer at heart. So to recap, our goals for this Let's Play are to open a business, get married, start a family, and travel. Oh, and one other thing to note, I have already played with Elle for about an in-game week just to make sure I could connect with her as our main sim. So she's already met some folks and established some friendships and some romantic relationships, but I'll definitely introduce you to all the people that she's met as we go. Okay, I feel like I've been talking for a really long time. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright, so it's almost 8 and Elle is starving. She does have work in a little bit under an hour. Actually, yep, right about an hour. So because she doesn't have a whole lot of time, I am just going to have her quickly make a smoothie and then we will get started with her day. Alright, so we will do a regular smoothie. So we'll do mix the smoothie and then berry cucumber, dragon fruit berry, raspberry kiwi banana, or strawberry banana. Looks like we have all the ingredients for strawberry banana, so let's go ahead and make that. Okay, so Elle is living in an apartment in the Spice District. We are in the Culpeper building, and when she's back home later today, we will definitely do a little apartment tour. I didn't make this apartment. I think y'all know I do not make apartments or build anything at all. It's not my ministry, but I will still make sure that you guys get to see where Elle is going to be living. All right, so she is all done with that. Let's go ahead and have her start drinking. And at the very least, she can kind of look at us. I will be going through her Simology panel, as well as right now, I guess we can discuss her aspiration. So she does have the Romantic Explorer aspiration. She's already reached level 2. All right, so this is her boss. We are definitely not on the clock, ma'am. So she's already reached romance level 2. She still needs to go on a get to know you date. She needs to use the romantic blanket 3 times for romance, and then she needs to share food 2 times. And the food that she has to share comes out of that Sweethearts box that came with Love Struck. So that is what she wants to do as far as her aspiration is concerned. Right now, she also wants to host a perfect date. That's from being a love bug, so we're definitely going to try to make sure that that happens. She's getting a notification from one of her neighbors. Hey there, so the hot water is out in my place and I kind of need a bath. I think it would be okay if I cleaned up here. It's not going to be okay because we actually have work in 20 minutes. So that is one of the Sims that Elliott has started kind of flirting with a little bit. Emmanuel, we'll meet him later. We don't have time to meet him right now, but he is her next door neighbor. They actually met while they were picking up their mail, so they've just been flirting a little bit here or there. She's got a couple of other Sims that she's got some romantic relationship going with, but we will talk about those Sims as well. Alright, so I'm going to let her finish that up. I think we'll wait to go through her Simology panel until after we get to her job, because I don't think we really have time to really get into everything without me having to speed through. So I'm just going to let her go ahead and finish up her smoothie, and then we will meet you all at the office. We made it to the office. One of Elle's first tasks for the day is to order fabrics, so I'm going to have her go ahead upstairs and get started on that. I think I will wait until the rest of the employees make it into the office before I have her kind of go around and introduce us to everyone. So let's just have a seat in the, I guess technically this would be considered like the intern bay, and get started on her work. She did get an attractiveness alert. So this attractiveness alert is for Tarek, who is another intern. We will absolutely be meeting him soon. I need you to know that Tarek is not interested in female Sims. And for whatever reason, Elle absolutely refuses to leave that man alone. But we will meet him a little bit later. So she has now got a flirty buff for a breathtaking encounter. It says, Elliott's eyes were caressed by a truly magnificent sight as a particularly appealing Sim just entered her view. This fine specimen of a Sim now has Elliott's undivided attention as they try to pick their jaw up from the floor. There are heart-pounding moments, but this one here is heart-stopping. Alright, so she did finish checking the inventory or whatever she was doing. Now she needs to check the inventory, so that couldn't have been what she was doing before. I think she was ordering fabrics before, so now we are going to check the inventory. I'm waiting for the rest of the people who work here to make their way into the office. There's actually like 2 different shifts. There's people who come in, well, maybe 3. There's people that come in at 8, there's people that come in at 9, and then there's people that come in at 10. So I'm waiting for the 10 o'clock crew to get here, and then we'll kind of hang out and introduce to all of them at the same time. While we're waiting for that though, I think I might just pause for a quick second so that we can run through her what is this? Her Simology panel before I forget. And there are currently 15 fabrics in stock, so that's good to know. Alright, so you already knew that she was materialistic, a love bug, and ambitious. She has quite a few reward traits that I've given her. I did also give her a lot of skills because I kind of feel like as a young adult who's been to uni, she would have done some things and developed some skills throughout her life. So we'll talk about that in a second, but for her reward traits, she has always welcome. That's going to be super beneficial for when she goes back home to her parents' house. She will absolutely be bringing her laundry to do that. She has the no sweat trait. She also has rise and shiner. This one goes with the lot 51 alarm clock. She is using medical birth control. So the birth control that we're using is from the RPO mod by Lumpinu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So as opposed to using the Wicked Whims interactions, we're going to be using the RPO mod for this Let's Play. She does not want to have a child right now because she's not in a relationship, so that makes sense. She does have the alluring bonus trait from her aspiration, and then she has the sage and the lover personality archetypes. She also has a lifestyle. She's got the health food nut lifestyle. It says this health food nut lifestyle is for Sims who live a health food nut lifestyle or devoted. Oh, okay, let me reread all of this because I'm tripping. Sims who live a health food nut lifestyle are devoted to eating nutrient-filled foods. To acquire or maintain this lifestyle, eat healthy foods and harvestables while avoiding quick meals, desserts, or anything that may seem unhealthy. Lifestyle effects are various benefits when eating healthy food, prefers to cook and eat healthy food, can cook healthy meal to make alternative healthy recipe options, increase weight loss and fitness gain while working out after eating a meal made by Cook Healthy Meal, can evangelize benefits of health food to other Sims, and is displeased by eating junk food and tense when going too long without eating healthy food. So considering everything that I have learned about this Sim and the time that I've been playing with her, I think the health food nut lifestyle actually makes sense probably more for her than any other Sim I've ever had. So we'll see if we can hold on to it, especially as she gets a little bit more busy with life and maybe doesn't have as much time to meal prep and do some of the things that she's doing today. I think that's everything I needed to show you in her Simology panel. Yes, I think so. She does have some milestones and stuff, but those are just natural things that would happen throughout the course of life. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have her go ahead and socialize with her boss, and we'll use that as an opportunity to start introducing you to her coworkers. Alright, so our boss is just randomly sitting down here, so I'm going to have her go ahead and come down here and socialize with her boss. This is Miranda Priestley, and yes, I absolutely named her after the character from The Devil Wears Prada. She is the head designer here at Lux. She's actually kind of mean, and I think that's by design, but usually when she and Elle interact, it is never positive. So she is heading down so that she can socialize with her boss, or is her boss going to her? I didn't even recognize the fact that they were kind of matching. All right, let's see what smart alecky thing she says this time. Oh. All right, so apparently she's a little bit of a goofball. All right, the sillier the better. Elliott got a great laugh out of Miranda's silly behavior just now. Looks like a bit of goofy company is the perfect cure for those boring moments in life. Would you say Elliott likes silly behavior? No, I would not. All right, so Miranda says, I don't know how you managed to keep... Oh, I don't know how you managed to get into my company, but know this. I won't tolerate laziness, or I don't tolerate laziness. Okay, well, like I said, she is a little bit mean, so that is pretty much on brand. She's got a negative moodlet here. What's this for? Oh gosh, it says, God, my eyes from seeing an unattractive Sim. There are ugly Sims, and then there are utterly repulsive Sims. Unfortunately, Elliott's eyes were bombarded by the sight of a Sim that they find particularly abhorrent. It would be best to look away, otherwise Elliott might end up feeling truly ill. First of all, that is unbelievably mean. Good grief. I expect better from you, Elliott. All right, so let's keep going with the introductions. She was just really mean right there. Let me see who else is around here that we can meet. Perfect timing. We are catching Olivia Bacara on her way in for the day. She is another one of the interns here at Lux, and she was actually created by Vixen Pixels. I did download her from their Patreon. This is Tyler Russell. She is the fashion coordinator. She is actually a really good friend of Elliott's already. They know each other from Brightchester. Tyler here was a couple of years older than Elliott, but they were in the same sorority, so they still hung out quite a bit. Now that Elliott is living in the city, the two of them have actually been spending a lot of time together. Tyler is also actually created by Vixen Pixels, and I did download her on their Patreon as well. This is Aaliyah Morris. She is the receptionist, and I honestly can't think of a single reason why she is randomly standing out here in the street. This is Julian St. James. She's the fashion coordinator. I think she is absolutely adorable. She and Elliott are not really good friends right now, but I'm hoping that as we continue to work here that they will establish a good relationship. This is Caroline May. She is a junior stylist. She's actually really good friends with Tyler, so Elliott has been hanging out with her a little bit since she moved here, and they've already established a little bit of a friendship. This is Kiko Haruka. She is the assistant fashion designer, and she is also Caroline's roommate. This is Tarek Ayed. I do not, for the life of me, know where I got this sim. So if this is a sim that you originally created, I apologize that I have not properly credited you. I legitimately do not have the original anymore to show me where I downloaded him, but I am almost positive that I got him from the gallery. He is actually the only male employee here at Luxe. And like I mentioned before, Elliott for some reason has a gigantic crush on him, even though he 1000% has a boyfriend. And last but not least, this is Fallon Westbrook. This sim absolutely refused to look in the camera at any point, and so this is how she is going to look when I'm describing her, because like I said, we are just playing the game, so I am not posing any sims in this episode. But she is Elle's absolute best friend. They grew up together, they've known each other since toddlers, and they did go off to Brightchester together. They also decided to apply for internships here at Luxe together, so they pretty much do everything together. She is really excited for them to both be in the city. Alright, so you've met everyone. We are going to get back into Elliott's work tasks. I think I still have, yep, I had my depth of field still on. Alright, so she has 3 tasks here. She needs to make a group meal, she needs to make some coffee, and she needs to call the suppliers. So I think I will have her start by making that group meal. That's going to be pretty easy, and then making the coffee. So this lot doesn't come with a kitchen, but it does come with like a nice little break room. Because she kept getting the task to make a group meal, I did add in a refrigerator and a toaster oven as well as a vending machine here. But what I've been doing with the desire to make a group meal, or the task, is I've just been having her provide fruit, or like set out fruit. So right now she's going to do the fruit platter. That is going to count as her putting out a group meal, and then once she pays those 115 simoleons, I will have her reimbursed, because I don't think it's fair, and I don't think there would be any intern that would be paying for like company food without like a corporate card. Okay, so she's just going to set that out. That satisfies that requirement, and then we're going to give ourselves back our 115 simoleons. So let's add it, and then she set that out, so now everyone is able to have some fruit. She does need to make some coffee or tea now twice, so let's brew the coffee, and then I'm going to reimburse her for this also. I don't know why the Sims are always so upset when they're brewing coffee. I don't know if the Sims have ever explained why that's the case. So she also wants to promote Luxe Legacy on social media. I will have her just grab a cup of this coffee because I know she's going to want to. While I was introducing everyone, she did roll the want to get a pedicure, so we will do that tomorrow, which is probably going to end up being in the next episode, because with all of the introductions, this one is going to be mighty long already. Alright, so she's got her coffee. I'm just going to have her come in here, have a seat, and promote Luxe Legacy on social media, which is another task that just popped up. Career, promote Luxe Legacy on social media. So hopefully she gets to this computer before someone else does, but something tells me she's going to finish the entire cup of coffee. Yes, so they're all hanging out down here. She's got also this random person who does not work here, but so clients keep appearing and all of them, you know, look like this. So I think he's just downloaded directly from the gallery into the game, and this is how he looks. So we've got Tyler and Julian and Fallon all down here, just randomly hanging out. For some reason, our receptionist is still outside. I don't know what she's doing over there, but she is all the way over there by the that advertisement. Ooh, and that is the wall. So much wall. All right, so she is going to go ahead and finish promoting Lux Legacy on social, and then I'm going to have her empty out the coffee pot and just go ahead and brew a fresh pot so that we can cross that off our list. So here's my goal for the workday, and this is going to sound a little bit sketchy, but it's just what we're doing. She is going to get to the end where she has maxed out her work performance for the day, and then she is going to have some lunch, and then she is going to work on her second job task. She does have a gig for her fashion photography career, and she has to take a photo of a sim in a fashion pose in front of a fashion studio backdrop. We are going to do that upstairs on the 3rd floor of the building where there is a photography studio. Is it wrong? Probably a little bit, but if there is already a studio there, I can't imagine why she wouldn't be taking advantage of it, especially if she's already finished her work for the day. So we're going to come back in here, make this second pot of coffee, and then I'm going to have her call the suppliers. So since we've already made a pot of coffee and drank some coffee, I'm not going to make her stay in here this time. Let's just come in here and let's empty this pot, and then I will reimburse her once again for the cost of this second pot of coffee. I don't know why we have to make two. I would think that one would be enough. Maybe I'm supposed to spread it out, but then she doesn't have any other tasks for the day. All right, so let's brew coffee, and then I'm gonna have her come sit over here. We've already ticked that off, so we're not going to wait. She's going to come sit over here, and then she's going to call the suppliers. Something else that she needs to do, so we're going to go to her phone. We're going to go to our fashion designer app, and we're going to call our suppliers. She looks so cute. One of the things that made me so excited to play this fashion designer career is that I get to dress her up, and that is one of my favorite things to do in The Sims, is just put them in like really cute clothes. And sometimes they don't have anywhere to wear some of this stuff, especially like where would she be wearing a tuxedo dress and a beret in a normal sim situation. So I am really excited for some of the outfits that Elliott is going to be able to wear. I'm thinking she's a really fashionable sim. She's also hella broke. I think I mentioned that. She has real bad credit, so she spends a lot of her money on clothes. You don't get to look this good without sacrificing somewhere, and she is absolutely just incredibly impoverished. So let me read this notification she got from finishing up that task. It says the conversation with the suppliers has left a sour taste in Elliott's mouth. Struggling with delays, miscommunications, and a sense of frustration, Elliott's workflow may be hindered, impacting their ability to smoothly source materials for their designs. And did she get anything over here? She did. She had a moodlet. She's agitated. It says supplier setback. Following a challenging interaction with suppliers, Elliott is grappling with the repercussions of a less than ideal exchange. So she's otherwise feeling good though. She's still playful from a funny conversation, and she is energized from that caffeine. So while she's doing that, let me just have her come on over here and find an intern to chat with really quickly. Olivia is an intern, so we're gonna go ahead and select talk to interns. Why is that not enough of a reason? Interns. Excuse me, why can't I talk to her? Talk to interns. She is an intern, is she not? All right, I'm gonna move on to another intern. Who else is around here? None of these people are interns. Where is Fallon? Where's Tarek? I know that they are the other interns. All right, Fallon's still down here. Let's chat with her real quick. And we are looking for the interaction to talk to interns. There we go. When I'm editing this, I'm going to be so irritated if that option was there on Olivia and for some reason I just didn't see it. I love the fact that they just get to kind of hang out and chat all day. Also, when she was calling suppliers or whatever she was doing, adding in or doing something with the profile for Lux on social, it says the reel just hit 20k likes in an hour. The comment section is obsessed. Keep it coming, fashion icon. All right, so we finished that. She now wants to complain about work to Tarek, and then she needs to skill up. So let's figure out where Tarek is. I didn't see him, so can we focus the camera? Oh, he's right behind us. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and complain about work. And once she's done that, we'll see what else pops up. But I do think it's a nice afternoon. She may eat her lunch early and then go sit outside to work on skilling up. He's going to come right through that desk and come over and chat with us so that we can complain. And we are getting a call from Caleb the vampire. It says, I'm wealthy, very wealthy. Just last month, I bought Social Bunny and Cupid's Corner. Just straight up bought them. You caught my eye, and I was hoping to get the chance to meet you in person. I know it's a lot to ask, but I have gifts for you. What do you say? I am absolutely going to say no thanks, weirdo, because who would do that and not consider immediate murder? So it says, fair enough. I have to get back to running Social Bunny anyways, which involves posting at least 12 incoherent posts a day. I feel like it's definitely more than 12 these days. She also got a little moodlet over here. She is confident. Says, wealthy weirdo rejected. Elliott stood firm to true love by refusing that wealthy weirdo's request. Social Bunny has never been the same since that weirdo took it over. Alright, so now she just wants to skill up. So I think what I'm going to have her do, how are we on the rest of our needs? Let's go ahead and use the restroom. And then she can get started on lunch. So even though we do have a little break room here and a little cafe, as well as a outside food stand, because she's a healthy sim, I have been having her kind of prepare her own meals and pack them up and bring them to work. So I'm gonna pull out her cooler because unfortunately I cannot get this food. Why does she still have this? I can't get this food to go anywhere except the cooler. I'm just realizing I don't think I gave her the 14 simoleons back for that second pot of coffee either. So let's add that. So like I was saying, we've been using a cooler to pack her lunch because I can't get it to go in any of the smaller bags that she's able to put in her inventory. And that has been just super irritating. So she's carrying a cooler around in her pockets. All right, so let's have her come and steady sit because I don't want her to go back inside. So this is meal prep. We've got some protein here. We've got some beef, looks like some rice, and hard-boiled eggs. So she's going to sit down. She's going to eat that lunch. She's going to drink this sparkling water. And, oh, she's already doing it on her own. Good. And then I think after she finishes lunch, we will probably work on, oh no, she doesn't even have to do that. So she has already finished everything that she needs to do for the day to consider herself maxed out on her career performance. She is going to be promoted today. She has reached all of the milestones necessary, so she needed to participate in the workday 3 times. She also needed to reach level 2 of the fashion designer skill, and she needed to just get this bar to the end. I'm pretty sure that's all she had to do for this one. So we've done that. So she should be promoted today, and my plan for her is to celebrate her promotion out tonight. So hopefully if she's able to get her second job tasks done during her first job day, then later this evening she can actually go out with her girlfriends and celebrate her first promotion. So let's actually head upstairs and get started on that second job now. So I'm gonna have her come on up here, but while I'm waiting for her, we will go ahead and hire that fashion subject first so that they can get here. She's got a lot going on over here, so I don't know if she's got to come upstairs, but I'm gonna have her do that first and then we'll hire a fashion subject. I don't know. Apparently she's already going to come up. All right, so this is still from the caffeine. She got a little energized mood lit here for, says healthy power, healthy nutrient filled food courses through Elliott's veins, energizing her to burn off extra calories. And then she's got an energized buff from Protein Power. It says Elliott is full of protein and is ready for physical activity. It is a shame that she is not about to do any. She's feeling great from high needs. A well cared for sim is a happy sim. So good for her. She is doing so well today. I don't know if her sim is on the way. I think when I tested this earlier, yes. So Miko is going to be our sim, and Miko is on the wrong thing. Hey, mind if I crash at your place for a few days? No, you can't do that. All right, so let's ask her to come pose over here. Hopefully she will just move over to this one. Yes, this is where I need her. So it said that she needs to be on a fashion pose, or she needs to do a fashion pose in front of a fashion studio backdrop. She also needs to be doing this in oh, it doesn't say what outfit. For some reason I thought she needed to be informal. Take a photo of a sim and a fashion pose in front of a fashion studio backdrop. She doesn't need to be informal, so she can be wearing anything. She can keep this outfit on. She looks quite nice. So this is Miko. We remember Miko from our Harper at University series. She's just in this save because she is a San Myshuno native. So it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to not allow her to roam around. I think she's actually in the fashion career in this save as well. So let's go ahead and add our camera. And then we will get started with our photo shoot. So let's take a picture of Sim on subject mark, Miko. And we need to make sure that she's doing a fashion pose. All right, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. And we're gonna make it bigger and landscape. So let's start by changing the pose so that we can make sure it's a fashion pose. All right, so this is a fashion pose, not a fan, but I will take a couple of shots, and then the old tried and true, we've seen this one a million times. Let's have her go ahead and take a few of these. And then what else do we have? I'm not sure I've seen this one. All right, let's take the rest in that. All right, so that should satisfy the initial requirement, which is to, excuse me. Yes, okay, I was about to freak out. Okay, take a photo of a sim and a fashion pose in front of a fashion studio backdrop. So we have completed that task, and we still have a couple of hours left in her workday. So I think I'm going to, do I have to release Miko? I don't know how to do that. Can I send her home? I don't want her to just hang out here. I can't send her home. All right, so she's just going to hang out here until she's ready to go home, I guess. But I'm going to have her go back downstairs because since we still have time, she might as well just finish up the rest of her work tasks. Let's come back outside. Let's whip out our laptop, and then I will have her do some fashion training. And the reason why I want her to do that is because even though it says on her job requirement tab that she has reached level 2 of the fashion designer skill, she actually hasn't. She is only on level 1 still. So I want to make sure that we don't get missed over for a promotion, especially since I've already got plans for it. So I'm going to have her come back downstairs, and we are going to use this last 2 hours to skill up. So let's grab our laptop. Let's go to, I do not know what she's doing. Let's go to fashion designer. Let's go to fashion designer training. Then I'm gonna let her do that until she's done, and I will see you on the other side. All right, so we're all almost finished, and it didn't quite get her to level 2, so I still want her to do that. It looks like Kiko came down to keep us company while we were hanging out, so we'll go ahead and ask her about her day. I should probably have put in day because I feel like that one is a lot easier. Yes, there we go. And then we're gonna put our laptop away. I'm gonna have her pull out her book, make a loan payment. We definitely do not have the money to do that. So let's put that away. And then let's pull out our book so that we can read a little bit, and hopefully she can skill up before 5 o'clock. All right, I think we have to stop talking to Kiko now. Discuss work with Kiko. After you're done doing that, then I'm going to need you to stop talking to Kiko. Yeah, you've already discussed work plenty. Okay, so it says that Elliott just became good friends with Kiko. Love that for us. And her workday is ending in an hour, which we already knew. So we'll just sit here and we will finish up our last little hour, and then I will check back in right before we leave because I am almost certain that she is going to get a promotion. All right, so it's about 10 minutes before the end of her shift. She now has reached level 2 of the fashion designer skill. I'm going to have her go ahead and stop reading her skill book, and then we can put that back in our inventory. I am thinking in the next couple of minutes here, she should get promoted. We did get a little notification from reading. It says Elliott read to create flattering garments. They need to understand body proportions and figure types, and that is so true. All right, let's see if she gets promoted. She did. So we are at the end of our shift. It says Elliott did a fantastic job today. Elliott has been promoted to junior stylist. She will now make an additional 48 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 68 simoleons per hour. Her next shift is Friday at 8 a.m. So she does have Thursday off, and she earned 208 simoleons today. All right, so we are now going to head home and probably take a look at the photos that she took so that we can choose one for the gig. All right, so we're back at Elliott's apartment. I thought it would be a good time for me to go ahead and show you her place. Before we do that, I think she has mail. She does. That's just her debit card though. So I did download a mod that changes the outside of the Culpeper, like the common area. So it really just cleaned up the baseboards around the walls, and then now we have wood panel flooring. With Tool, I did go in myself and I changed the doors for the residents. This is actually, there he goes, that's Manny's apartment right there. And then my sim self actually lives here, and then the 4th apartment is currently empty. But I will go through and show you our apartment. I'm not going to do like that super cute thing where I use the camera to kind of guide you through the apartment, because me and this camera do not vibe and it has not been working very well for me. So I'm just going to do like some still shots and explain to you throughout sort of what I changed. All right, the first thing you're going to notice is that Elliott has a much fancier door than her neighbors. I did not do that on purpose to be funny. It just happened to be the door that came with the apartment that I placed here, and I liked it, so I figured we would keep it so she gets to stand out just a little bit. So as you enter her apartment, this is the room that you've already seen. This is sort of her formal dining area. I didn't change anything in here except for these bottles here. I changed out with some other CC that I already had, and I also added in these place settings, but everything else that's in here is pretty much the way that it came when I downloaded the apartment. This apartment is the Copenhagen apartment. This is by Bojana Sims. I think I have mentioned before, she's one of my favorite builders in The Sims. I have almost everything that she's ever done. So yeah, this is where that apartment comes from. I believe it is on her YouTube, and you can download it on her Patreon, and I will have it linked somewhere, either in the description or in a separate post. So this is the other view of the entryway, like going out the door. So I did change up some stuff here. The way that it was set up before, it was kind of like a double door situation. So there was like a wall here, and this door was there, and then there was the apartment door that comes with the pack. That was kind of on the outside. So I just got rid of the wall that was here, put the main door here, deleted the door that came with the pack, and then I added some stuff over here just to kind of clutter it up a bit. So I added in this mirror as well as the umbrella rack and the bags and pretty much all of this stuff with the exception of those two things. And I also added in the alarm and the thermostat. So this is probably the section that I changed up the most. So this is a sort of outdoor nook that is right off of that formal dining room. We haven't really spent a whole lot of time out here, but this seems like such a good place to read or relax after a long day of work. I kind of have always viewed San Myshuno as Manhattan, so this in my mind is like the Hudson River. So she's got a little view of the Hudson River from here, and she also has a view kind of a little bit overlooking parts of the Spice District, as well as that bridge that takes us from San Myshuno to San Sequoia, because that's how I view it. I view that as the bridge that takes us across the river to San Sequoia, which is actually where her twin brother lives. So now we are back inside. This is her kitchen. I have changed up a few things in here. The refrigerator that was here before, for some reason I couldn't store her groceries in there, so I did replace that one with another one that matched it. And then I just added in some small appliances, so her kettle, her smoothie maker, I think this little stereo, and this iPad for recipes, as well as the dish rack and the mixer. The other thing that I did, I think all of this is stuff that I added, but the other thing that I did is I made this one tile smaller because she wasn't able to go from the refrigerator directly to this counter to cook, so I did remove that. And just a tip that I found to save space, this is functional. I can use the stove to cook, and I can also use that kettle to make beverages. So this is like a counter saving measure, especially when you're in smaller apartments and there's not a whole lot of counter space. So off the kitchen, we have this really cute little breakfast nook. I absolutely love this area. So it overlooks the same outdoor space, so still looking out onto the Hudson, but it just seems so cute and airy, and I envision her being able to sit out here and just have breakfast with like a partner. I really can't wait for her to be able to do that, but yeah, so this is just a cute little space. I love it. This is Elliott's main living space. This is one of the reasons I absolutely wanted to download this apartment. I love the colors. I love kind of the eclectic use of the printed wallpaper along with all of the paintings here. It's just really, really pretty. And in my mind, this is very much something that a sim that's really into fashion and design would have an eye for. So yeah, I didn't change anything over here at all. This is how it came, and in my opinion, it is absolutely perfect. Here is another view from the living space, or the main living room area. She's just got a little shelf over here. I kind of like the use of this little, I don't know what you would call that, trim with the light. And then the only thing I've changed in this entire room, there was no television in this apartment at all, and my girl is going to need to watch her telenovelas, so I did add in this television as well as this gaming console. Everything else in here is pretty much exactly as it was. This record player was already there, so this is the only thing that I changed. Alright, next up we've got Elle's office. This definitely gives me fashion designer vibes. She's got her fabric samples here and her computer and some other samples and some things there. I just thought this was very much giving me San Myshuno fashion designer. This is the other area of her office. This is basically just sketchbooks and more fabric samples. So definitely, like I said, designer vibes in here. So next space is Elle's bedroom. I absolutely love this room. I did switch up the bed. I like this bed in the room a little bit better. The blanket matching with the, is that geese or those flamingos? I don't know what they are, but the blanket matching was really going to work for me, so I wanted to add that in. I did add in a alarm clock, of course, and then I made some changes here in the closet just for realism purposes. So when I downloaded the apartment, there were a bunch of Birkins lining this closet here, and I just don't think that's realistic for a sim in Elliott's position. Like I said, she just took out a loan in order to move into this apartment, and I would have to say that Elliott makes really, really poor choices when it comes to her finances, but also she's still starting out her career. She made 208 simoleons today. Under no circumstances is that a person who should have a Birkin. However, she does have credit cards, and on those credit cards, she makes very, very bad choices. So she's got her Dior suitcase here for all that travel we're gonna do, along with her Vuitton duffel. She's got an entire area of Louboutins here because I feel like that is her shoe of choice. And then in the handbag section, she's got some Celine, some more Celine, some Chanel, some Gucci. So she's got a little bit of everything. I think this might be YSL. So they're still designer handbags, but they are less designer than the Birkins, which she could definitely not afford an entire closet of. So yeah, I changed up the closet area, and then I did make one other change. So this chair was actually on the other side, but I did move it here so that I could put a little vanity in that space. So this is the vanity that I created for this corner. I do have a mod in my game that allows me to use desks as vanities. So even though this is a desk, she is able to apply makeup here. So I did just add all of her makeup and her perfume clutter because it was just really important to me that this sim have a vanity in her bedroom. Last but not least, we've got her bathroom here. If you've seen one bathroom, you've pretty much seen them all. She's got her toilet there, and here's a little shower area. I do like that it's kind of partitioned off a tiny bit. She's got a little shower, and she's got a bathtub. This is a very nice tub for an apartment, but I figure since we were already splurging and taking out loans, we might as well get a high-end bathtub. And then over here we've got her sink area, so just basic hair care products, stuff for her teeth, you know, skincare, etc. And that completes the tour. So this dang thing is still making all that noise, so I'm gonna have her empty the trash while I am setting up this wall here. I think we're gonna use this front entry wall as her sort of wall for viewing all of the photos that she took today. So let's go ahead and set those out. Here we go. So usually the way that I do this, and I have not played this career in so long, is I just have the sim take a look at all of the pictures, and then I think for Elle, because she's maxed the photography skill, they're all going to be pretty much outstanding quality, and I just go with whichever one is most expensive. So this one is 29 simoleons, 27, 27, 25, 23, 23, 24, 25, 29, and 25. So we've got two 29s, this one here and this one. I kind of like this one better, so this will be the one that we will submit for approval. And then I think we'll leave all of the other ones here just in case they don't accept it. So that way we've got all of our other choices already lined up until this particular gig is over. And I think I'm just going to take care of her needs a little bit. She is going to meet up with her friends at 8. So we've got about 2 hours. What I would very much like her to do is maybe take a quick nap so that she doesn't get tired, and then maybe a quick shower. And also she needs to use the restroom because I discovered during playtesting that the club that we're going to does not have a restroom. So we want to make sure that she has a completely empty bladder before she goes. I will meet you all once she is dressed and ready to head to the club. Alright, so about an hour and 1 game crash later, we are back. I don't know what happened. My game never crashes, but I obviously need to do better about saving because I had to do the entire day all over again. I did replay it pretty much just like it went when we did it live, so everything should be fine, but yeah, I did have to redo the entire day. Anywho, so she has had a nap, she's about to have some dinner, and then probably brush her teeth because she's having a salmon poke bowl. But I picked this outfit for her today because it is, even though it's summer, it's a little chilly. I don't know what that's about. So she's just doing a simple black leather wrap skirt and like an off-the-shoulder kind of sweater blouse situation. The dress code for the nightclub is party wear, so this fits right in. She's also wearing a cute little heel. Let me see if I can get the heel. Yeah, cute little heel. So yeah, that's what she's wearing tonight. I do have her food already set up in here for her. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible because I have already played so much of this. So we are now back to just finishing up some food. So she does have a nice delicious poke bowl here. I'm going to have her go ahead and eat that, and then she can drink this sparkling water with it. And then I'm going to have her use the restroom again because, like I said, there is no restroom at the nightclub. And from there, we will head on over. So let me let her finish this up. She loves the way that smells. I'm actually really enjoying looking for healthier food options for Elliott. It's not really something that I ever think about in my gameplay. So that's one of the things that really excites me about like trying to look at different ways of playing The Sims is you get to try out new stuff. And I think that's really cool. Our boss is calling us. Hey Elliott, Summer Holiday has asked me out on a date. Should I say yes? Yep. Maybe if you go out with her, you will be a happier person. Also, while she was napping, our photo was approved. So she can just wait for that to come in the mail, I guess is what we have to do. We have to wait for an approved photo to be placed in our Sims inventory. Then use the computer to use the freelancer option to post it to Fashion Simstagram. All right, so she is not going to bother to clean that up. Let's clean up this bowl. I guess I'm going to have to redo the table at some point. But I do want her, before she goes, she absolutely just had salmon, so she cannot just go to the club like this. She's going to have to be a little bit late for her friends. Like I said, I want her to use the restroom just one last time so that she doesn't end up having to go, especially if they're having drinks. And then I want her to brush that salmon off her breath. And then I think we will pretty much be ready to go at that point. I cannot believe my game crashed. I don't know what's going on. It's been a little more volatile lately. I'm not sure if I downloaded something that it doesn't like or what the deal is, because like I said, it never crashes. That's so weird. Alright, we're just going to pretend like she's not ruining her lipstick by brushing her teeth right now. Did she want to brush her teeth? What is this? Brush your teeth from Health Food Nut Lifestyle. Oh, okay. Didn't know that was going to happen. What's this other thing? She wants to make something of excellent quality from being ambitious. I won't pin that because who knows when something like that will happen. All right, so I am going to save again, and then we're going to head over to the nightclub. I will see you all over there. All right, so we've made it to the nightclub. You might see some people kind of changing their clothes. I did set the dress code for the nightclub to party, so everyone is going to change once they arrive on the lot. She is here with Tyler and Fallon, who has decided that this is the perfect time to do sit-ups, which is very interesting because I'm almost positive that I have a mod in my game that is supposed to prevent the Sims from doing that. Alright, so what I would like to have them do is come here and do like a little celebratory drink to start the night. Probably a really good idea to come up here to this lovely little rooftop bar and drink here. So I'm going to have her sit there. I'm going to have Fallon sit over here. And then I think we'll have Tyler sit on the other side. Looks like Shay is here somewhere. So I don't even think that we've really gotten into the 3 Sims that she's already kind of started a little bit of a romantic relationship with. I'm feeling like because of the way I have the game set up to where only Sims from certain worlds will show up in San Myshuno, that all 3 of them are probably going to come here tonight because they all live here in this city. So what I'm thinking we might do is as they arrive, kind of introduce you guys to them. Why did you get up? What did you do that for? Seat Sims here, Tyler. Yeah, but like as they show up, just kind of introduce you to them and then go from there. All right, so let's have her order a round of drinks. We are celebrating. We just got our first promotion. We only made 208 simoleons today, so we definitely don't want to be going too crazy. But let's get the Simsmopolitans for the group. Are they just talking through me, but like not to me? All right, so let's discuss fashion trends with Fallon. That should get the conversation going. And then there is an entire sort of like nightclub situation down below. So this bottom floor here is there's a DJ. Everyone is kind of hanging. When I play tested this, 1,000,001 Sims showed up here. It was incredibly overwhelming, so I hope that that doesn't happen again. And then down here on the bottom floor, we've got an empty bar. There should be a bartender there, so I think what I will do is add one. Let's auto employee, let's allow bartender. I think what might unfortunately end up happening is that I will get extra bartenders, like more than what I have space for. But just in case someone wants to have drinks down here, I think they should have access to all of the bars. So hopefully she is drinking her Simsmopolitan. I'm sorry. Was that by design? Did she just blow herself up for a drink? I don't know that I've ever felt that dedicated to my work. Who's this gentleman here? Xavier LeBear? Is he married? I don't know this Sim. Let's introduce ourselves to him. I don't know if romantic introduction is how we should be going into things. Let's just try a regular friendly introduction if you don't mind, ma'am. No reason to be coming in hot. Looks like she is enthused from her food, so she's having a good go of it. Why did we... And then she changed clothes on top of that. Listen, I don't know what is going on with the Sims right now, but I'm gonna need you to put your clothes back on. Oh my goodness. Change outfit. Why can't I find the option now? Change outfit and then put your clothes back on. Why would you change like that? Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but it is not working out for me. All right, she does want to be friendly with Fallon. Looks like we have already lost Tyler, so let's just sit here and be friendly with Fallon. I don't know why they wouldn't have finished their drinks. That's so weird. All right, we're not going to randomly be asking her for her woohoo preferences while standing at the bar. Let's have a pleasant conversation with Fallon. Fallon is such a cute Sim. Elliott has learned the following traits about Fallon. She is ambitious. And this is what I mean. Like, I didn't have enough bartenders. Now there's 50 million bartenders coming up here. There is no space for all of y'all. Why are there so many people? I might end up having to send some bartenders home. Looks like my Sim self has made an appearance. What is this? Enough time has passed since Quentin dropped out from university. I have no idea who that Sim is. All right, so two of the guys that Elle has met are here. So I'm gonna do quick introductions with both of them. We'll see if the third guy pops up, but I would kind of like to see all of them here and then kind of decide which one she wants to hang out with tonight. Now, all of them are set to no jealousy, and I will continue to do that as she interacts and meets people, because something really fierce was going on with that jealousy. When I was testing this out when we first started playing, she ran into one of the guys. What's his name? She ran into Harrison. After they had already developed a little bit of a romantic relationship, she ran into him at the cafe that second time that they interacted, and she immediately was jealous, talking about how he was cheating on her. So first of all, he hadn't done anything, and secondly, how can he be cheating on you? You just met this man one time. Y'all have never even been on a date. So I turned off jealousy for pretty much everyone. I'll turn it back on if and when she decides on an official relationship. So let me try and get a good angle on both of these guys, and I will do some quick introductions. This is Emmanuel Rivera. He is our next door neighbor. They actually met at the mailboxes. So one day he was outside getting his mail, and I very intentionally had Elliott go outside so that she could introduce herself. He is originally from Evergreen Harbor. His traits are romantic, creative, and geek. He has a distinguished degree in computer science from Foxbury, and he works as an independent consultant in the tech guru career. He definitely gives me boy next door vibes. He is very sweet. He always seems like he wants to like come over and give her a hug or a kiss. He has also unfortunately attempted to woohoo with her on numerous occasions, even though they hardly know each other. So I'm not really sure what to make of Manny here, but he is one of the options that she's already started flirting with. All right, next up we've got Shay Pittman. Shay is originally from Del Sol Valley. He's a celebrity tattoo artist working out of his own shop in San Sequoia. Elle actually met him at the gym and they just struck up a conversation. His traits are non-committal, self-assured, and shady. He has his own place in Uptown in the Land Grab building, and if I were to download the Basemental Drugs mod, which I haven't done because it just seems like so much, he would be a cigarette smoker. So everything that you are gathering from the description that I just gave you of Shay is what it is. He is every bit of a non-committal and shady, self-assured sim. I don't know what else sees in him, but she finds him very attractive, and she also believes that they are compatible. So yeah, this is another person that she has been romantically interacting with. All right, and so last up we've got Harrison Spencer. So he didn't actually come to the nightclub on his own. I did force him to come here because I figured since I was introducing the other two guys, I may as well introduce him as well. She ended up meeting Harrison while jogging. He was actually walking his dog in the Spice District, and I did have her go over and introduce herself. They did end up running into each other again at a cafe, once again in the Spice District, which is funny because he does not live in the Spice District. He lives in Uptown, I believe. So yeah, she just keeps running into him, but that's why their romance bar is a little bit higher than the other two. So Harrison here is originally from Windenburg. His traits are self-assured, old money, and generous. He has a distinguished language and literature degree from Brightchester, and he's a lead litigator in the law career. He does live in Uptown in the Alto building, and if you've ever seen the TV show Suits, just imagine the sophistication of a Harvey Specter without the mom baggage. I was kind of thinking Harvey when I created Harrison. Harrison is also a little bit older than Elle as well as Shay and Manny, so he's not that much older. He's still a young adult, but he is a little bit more seasoned, and that explains why he's a little bit higher up in his career. I'm also not mad at how he was staring directly into the camera. All right, so let me see. Oh, he is coming for her. I didn't ask him to do that. He is making his way up to chat with her. So what I was going to do was do like a little, I don't know, like a little flip to see which one of the guys she should interact with tonight. But I kind of feel like he took the initiative to come up and talk to her, even though he just got here. Manny and Shay were both already here, and neither one of them have made any attempt to come up here and talk to her. So I am going to have her just hang out with Harrison for a little bit until he leaves, because it is 11 something. She's actually doing great, but I can't assume that everybody is, and it is a work night for most people. So he came up to, wait, would it be asked what? It better not be like being in a relationship or something, because it is way too early for that. Are you asking her to woohoo? Wait, you are not woohooing with him. Are you joking? Yeah, she never actually attempted to go. Sir, I am so confused. Elliott has learned Harrison's woohoo interests. Are you joking? Where is he going? We are not about to woo. Oh my goodness, wall, camera, so many things. We are not about to woohoo with you. I'm going to need you to come right on back up here, sir, because none of that is happening. If there is one thing these Sims will have, it is absolutely the audacity. Can I call you back over? Are you too far away? You are. Let's just. I'm gonna ask him about his physical attraction. I can't. I was just giving him praise for coming over and taking the initiative to speak to her, and then he comes over and the first thing that he does is ask about woohoo. Absolutely unacceptable. Was he asking about woohoo though? I feel like I might be making an assumption because like they never attempted to go off anywhere to woohoo. I don't know. Oh God. All right, this is a very long list. All right, looks aren't everything, but truthfully, I do look out for some physical aspects in a partner. Turn ons, black hair. That's on purpose. Turn offs, blonde hair, dark blue hair, gray hair, green hair, hot pink hair, orange hair, platinum, purple, red, turquoise, and white. Is that the only thing that he doesn't like? Because there were definitely some personality characteristics that I created for him. I will say that they have amazing compatibility and they're also very attracted. Now, where the other two guys are concerned, she's very attracted to both of them, but they just have good compatibility. So Harrison appears to be the one that I'm guessing on paper works out best for her. I'm still very confused as to whether or not he just asked her to woohoo. I'm gonna let him make it though, because nobody ever tried to woohoo, and in his thought bubble there was a DJ booth and not like any kind of woohoo information of any kind. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he was not just attempting to woohoo with her. Compersion from Lovebook trait. Elliott gains a boost of happiness seeing her partner having a good time. Her love thrives on trust and freedom. Her love? You don't even know these people, ma'am. Alright, so she's having a good time. She's ready for some woohoo action. We're definitely not doing that. And she's still really excited about her promotion for another couple of hours. Can we announce our promotion to, wait, what was she about to offer? Give apartment key? You've lost your mind. You don't even know this man. He could be a serial killer at this point. Alright, so we're going to announce our promotion if we can. Is that not an option? Promotion. Brag about promotion. No, we don't want to do that. If we can't announce it, then we won't tell him about it. Bragging is kind of gross. Alright, so let's just flirt with him. Hopefully he won't prove me wrong and attempt to woohoo with us again. What is he chatting about? Discuss fitness with Harrison. Okay. I don't know what is continuing to like get right in front of us. Elliott has learned that Harrison has the following skill: fitness. Okay. All right, so they're doing some little flirts, romantic. All right, so let's think about this for a second. Harrison is feeling a romantic connection for Elliott and wants to suggest a date. Do you want this to happen? It is 11:39 or 59. I can't tell which one, but I don't think that this is a good time for a date. So what I will do in the next episode, I already have it planned out and there was not a Thursday date in there, but I will add in a Thursday date. So she will go on a date tomorrow night with Harrison, but definitely not right now. Yeah, it's 11:40. So maybe they can like dance together or do something fun. It is very crowded up here and there's like literally a person punching him through the booty. So I think what probably makes the most sense is to have them come downstairs and maybe they can sit at the bar. Looks like Tyler's down here with this gentleman. Is this a Bob Pancakes? Oh, did I do that? I guess I did. Alright, so Bob's actually looking okay. He's continuing to be married though, Tyler. So I'm going to need you to go ahead and not do that. Can we order drinks from here? We can. Alright, so I'm going to have us come downstairs and we're going to order a drink. So let's, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have Harrison sit right next to us. And then I think I'm going to have to disband our current group and then group up with Harrison so that I can order us a round of drinks. And then I am going to have him reimburse me for those drinks because he is a gentleman and a generous sim. And there is no way that he would expect Elliott to purchase drinks for him. All right, who's getting flirty out there? Oh, it's the Harjos. Okay. Let's disband our group that we're in right now. Disband. And then we're going to group up with Harrison. Add to group. And then I'm going to have her order. We were just able to order a drink not 5 seconds ago. What happened? What happened? Where did my ability to order a drink go? What is going on? Can I order a drink directly on him? He is obviously still working. All right, I can't. So all of that was for nothing. What is going on with you? What happened to Tyler? Did you just have a random, really, really bad breakout? Because you didn't look like this when you came here. What happened to your face, ma'am? Oh, this is bad. I feel so bad. All right, well, I'm going to leave her to that. Hopefully she can get that together. In the interim, maybe we come outside since we can't order a drink now for some reason all of a sudden. That is continuing to throw me because y'all saw that. I clicked on it right before they came downstairs and it said that they could, but now it's saying they can't. That's fine. Let's get up and let's come out here and let's join these other couples. They're being so cute and romantic. Let's sit back here so that they can't actually see us. Sit together. And then who is this couple? Marcel Price and Janae. Okay, she looks different for some reason in her party wear. All right, so we're sitting out here, and what can we do? The only thing she wants to do is stargaze with Tyler. We're definitely not doing that. Let's see what happens if I re-roll. Does she get a want related to Harrison? She doesn't. She wants to feel an aspirational goal. So let's officially exchange numbers with him because we haven't done that yet. Exchange numbers with Harrison. I think it's so crazy that his like party outfit is a suit, but I think it's kind of fitting for the character. He definitely strikes me as the type of sim who is all about his like cognac and just really high-end sophisticated stuff. And it could also just be because of that old money trait that we will definitely talk about in the future if things progress with Harrison. Why would you want to discuss fashion trends with somebody that you are on a date with? That is hella weird. Woohoo without protection is diabolical. You have never had a date with this man. I don't understand some of the stuff that the Sims will allow you to do. He is a whole stranger. Woohoo without protection specified is crazy. All right, what can we do here on this couch? Let's look deeply into his eyes. I think that's something that people would do if they're just getting to know each other and they're flirting a little bit. Ooh, let's get closer. Is she putting... I didn't know that they were gonna hold hands. Can they make out? I don't know if they can because I don't think they've ever had a first kiss. Physical intimacy. Allow a kiss? Yeah, let's allow a kiss. I've never seen this interaction before. This is cute. Oh, okay. He is being such a wait. I was about to say. Okay. He was scaring me. I was like, he's being such a gentleman. And then that hand started to wander around. Why did they just get a reset? I don't know what happened. All right, it is 12:28. It's a little bit late. Not a whole lot open this late at night besides, what is it my mom used to say? Something in legs, and we won't be opening either one of those. But also, oh my god, look how pretty Elliott looks in this light. She looks absolutely gorgeous here. So I can't blame him for that arm wandering a little bit. That was a jump scare. I don't know why they look like that, but that was terrifying. All right, so I'm gonna have her give him a hug goodnight. Did that count as their first kiss? If not, I want them to kiss again so that they can get that out of the way. Physical intimacy. It did. No, it didn't. All right, so they still have to have their first kiss. I feel like we need to knock this out because they just kissed. So it's silly for this to continue to sit here. So let's just go ahead and do it. First kiss. I don't think that adults would kiss like this, but that's fine. They're having the time of their lives. Wait. Die for thrills, and she's the one that's asking for it. And I have a problem with this because, first of all, you're in designer. Are you really getting ready to dive into a dumpster with this outfit on? You've lost your mind. No, no. Give this man a hug and then go home. You are absolutely losing it. Let's go with an embrace. My God. Okay, apparently she can't go with an embrace. What can you do besides die for thrills? Because we are definitely not doing that. Still says woohoo without protection. This game is sending me right now. Let's go physical intimacy, and I'm sure I saw embrace. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't find it before. Embrace. We're just gonna say goodnight. We're not woohooing with you. We're not woohooing with you. We are not woohooing with you. Yeah, you embrace him, and we're gonna go home. Okay, that scared the mess out of me. All right, Elliott and Harrison are both very satisfied in their relationship. While in this state, their romantic relationship will slowly increase over time automatically. Okay, well, that's lovely. They're not in a relationship, but that is good to know. All right, so what does she get over here? She's got totally digging me from exchanging numbers. This could be the start of a beautiful relationship. She is still happy about that promotion. And I think right, there's a lot going on here. First kiss, swirling with feelings of passion and happiness after a first kiss with someone new. Good company from adoring someone nearby. Super satisfied from being very satisfied in a romantic relationship. Elliott is basking in the joy of a fulfilling relationship. While very satisfied, the romantic relationship with her partner will fade away more slowly. She doesn't have a partner. Deep connection from socialization. I'm sure that's from that Cosmo they had earlier. Feeling fulfilled. What is this? Same wavelength from Woohoo Drive. It's nice to be in a relationship with a sim who has a similar Woohoo Drive. Did we ask him about that? Being on the same intimacy wavelength, knowing what everyone involved doesn't, or knowing that everyone involved doesn't want any more or any less flying hearts and steam type of interactions than oneself. Okay, now I feel like I need to reread this because I did not understand this sentence. It's nice to be in a relationship with a sim who has a similar woohoo drive, being on the same intimacy wavelength, knowing that everyone involved doesn't want any more or less flying hearts and steam type of interactions than oneself. Okay, now I get it. That makes sense. All right, so that's wonderful. And then hot and heavy from socialization, the sweet shared touch of another sim. All right, so I'm going to have her go ahead and head home. I am going to save again because now I am terrified. And then we are going to wrap up the episode at Elle's apartment. All right, Elliott's made it back home. I think that was a pretty successful night out. She absolutely got to celebrate her promotion that she is still happy about for 11 more minutes. And now she has a completely full romance bar with Harrison. Looks like Manny has made his way back home as well. I'm going to go ahead and lock her door for everyone except household members. I will have her come on in here. And let's just change into our pajamas. Let's go with this one. And then I'll have her just use the restroom and she can wash her hands and brush her teeth. And she wants to brush her teeth, so I have to keep in mind that she keeps getting the want to do that. I didn't know that that was a part of the health food nut lifestyle, but that gameplay is completely new to me. I've never actually played with that lifestyle before, so very interesting. All right, what did she just get? Or are all of these the same? Looks like these are all the same as before. Yep. All right, so one thing that I am going to have her do pretty much every day, if I can remember, is to sort of wrap up her day by kind of writing about it in her journal and talking about her experience. Especially as we're, young, we're still trying to figure things out, especially in the way of romantic relationships and her career. So we'll have her come in here, and I feel like today was a good day. Nothing negative happened. She got promoted, and she started kind of a little bit more of a serious flirtation with one of the guys that she was interested in. So I think we will write a positive summary of the day. So I cannot promise that I will always remember to do this, but it is one of the things that I want to do with Elliott. So I'm hoping that I won't forget. All right, so as she is writing, I'll just tell you what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Why are you thinking about Del Sol Valley? So next episode is going to be a couple of days. Thursday, so today she doesn't have to work, so we're going to run some errands. Since now she is going to be going on a date with Harrison, we'll probably get her hair done and maybe pick an outfit. We'll see. I know she has to do some laundry tomorrow, and I was going to have her go to the gym. And then on Friday, it is night out on the town. So I'm thinking she will ask one of the other guys out on a date that night. And then Saturday, she's going to be having a welcome party, or not a welcome party, a housewarming party. To celebrate her moving into her first apartment. So I'm not sure how much of that will make it into the next episode, but that is the plan. And then the episode after that will be Mother's Day episode. So she's going to be going home to Brindleton Bay to celebrate Mother's Day with the family. So that should be exciting. We'll get to meet her parents and all of her siblings. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this episode. I know it was a little bit long, but we did have a lot of introducing to do, and some of that can take a minute. But I didn't want to do less than a day. I thought that would be weird. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You have no idea how motivating it is for me to see that you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am. So if that's the case, definitely let me know in the comments. If you're not enjoying it, you can let me know that in the comments as well. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Oh, no, don't forget to like and also subscribe, because both of those things are really, really helpful in pushing my videos higher in YouTube's algorithm. Okay, now that's all I have. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.